galactic civil war spreads across the sun. From the heights of Coruscant to fiery Mustafar, to fight the evil empire, for people join the fray. These are the heroes of the Hydian way.
Welcome to Heroes of the Hydian Way. This is a Star Wars actual play podcast, and we're playing in Edge Studios' Age of Rebellion system. This is Arc 4, Episode 13, and I'm Andarta. I'm the GM for this adventure, and I'm using she-they pronouns.
I'm Sammy, pronouns are she-they, and I'm playing Vadalorn Cursed, also she-they, and I'm a courier martial artist.
And I'm Erica Goodwitch, playing Norrin Gremian, who is a they-them engineer scientist.
Today, our destiny pool is...
small.
It is small, and it's a reason why with 2 players, I definitely will roll a destiny die. It is 2 light side and 1 dark side. Just to make sure everything flows fast. Wahaha.
And hey, the players got the light side and the GM got the dark side. When does that ever happen?
I mean,
every time you play Genesis.
You beat me to it. Yeah, we start off with Norn having just recently figured out the time of death of Amur Sil. Having figured out that even in its weird, barely contained sort of ashen state, died only 2 weeks previous.
Literally the day we left.
Exactly, yes. And as such, the person who has been seen as Amur is likely not. So, I know that there was a bit more investigation that Norn had been hoping to do.
Yeah, I think cause of death was still on my to-do to determine.
That does sound about right.
Norrin's been, everyone else has been getting up to whatever shenanigans they've been getting up to, and it sounds very loud outside the Codfather right now, I think. Yeah, Norrin's just been busy in the lab, doing squint things.
Shenanigans? This is tomfoolery at most.
So the data analysis that Norn has been doing since they called Bremigax to return, and also had heard that Kedra was returning. It's been a bit of a time. Kedra has also kind of just disappeared. There were things that came up. Right now, I think it is just Norrin and Aziz on the ship, and Lone playing like Lone's a normal load lifter on the outside of the ship, as opposed to the weird superhero that Lone pretends to be at times. I mean, saving captains and whatnot. So, as that process finishes, comes up saying that, yes, Amor has been dead for a long time. Very shortly after, you hear the clomping of Lone on the top of the cargo pod, getting up to a sprint, which is something that I'm not entirely certain anyone has really seen Lone get up to. And then there's a jump, to which you can hear and feel the jump. You can feel the thump, 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 thump of Lone running. And there's only Lone can make that much noise. And then you can feel a landing from Lone outside of the ship. Z has pretty much just taken up position at the inside of the Codfather's airlock. The cargo pod itself is completely locked down. There's no way for anyone to get in or out of it right now. It's only the Codfather itself that people can really move around in, and he's sitting at the only entrance with his big as him rifle.
Aziz, What's going on out there?
I'm not entirely sure. One moment. Are you using comms or are you looking around the corner?
I'm looking around the corner.
So Z will hold up one of his tiny fingers. The airlock is we're in atmosphere override mode, so both inner and outer door can be open.
Mm-hmm.
He opens the outer door and he looks for a moment, looks back at you and says, Lone seems to have found a playmate.
A playmate.
Well, yes. And we might be blamed for a little bit of damage to a light pole.
When you say playmate,
As he then readies his rifle.
are we under attack?
Well, they don't seem to be coming here, and with the way the Godfather's essentially shut down, I don't think anyone knows that someone is here. So I'm not sure if we should join in this dance or, well, not.
Okay. First things first. Aziz.
Mm-hmm.
The captain of the Hutt ball team, who's been on our ship this entire time, has been an imposter.
Oh.
I don't know who they actually have been, but the body that was in his room has been there this entire time. Has been there since the day that we left.
Ooh, and now they turn to dust like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to determine cause of death still. But how about you and I agree on like a code phrase or something so that we know just in case.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, are you wanting me to come up with a code phrase or you?
I'm struggling to come up with a thing. I know. What was the last bet that you and Hookman made on us that you passed credits back and forth on?
Okay, the last one was whether anyone tried to kick Vadalorn off the ship before we landed.
Tried to what? What, Vadalorn?
Tried to kick Vadalorn off the ship, like get them to not be part of the crew.
Okay, let's see. Loam has a playmate.
I am a menace.
And Aziz and I, that the last Aziz Hookman bet was if Vad was going to get kicked off the ship before we arrived here.
Correct, yes.
Okay. I mean, they're definitely work shy, but I don't know why we would kick them off.
Well, integrating a new person into a crew is always a hard thing, and finding new ways is never easy to make connections. We were figuring with the ache in people's hearts, they might not give that a complete chance. You know?
I see. Okay. Good to know.
I mean, it was one of the smaller bets.
Oh, so you have tiers of betting. That's interesting to know. Is there anything you want to know from me to know that I am who I am?
Honestly, if someone is able to duplicate the way you would act in a given situation, I mean, if I have any questions, I'm just going to start stunning, but I'm going to be shocked.
I don't know whether to be complimented or insulted, but okay. We'll keep that. Great. Awesome. Keep an eye on Loam and interfere if Loam needs help.
Okay. As you then hear a large metal tube hitting something in the ground.
That doesn't sound good. Okay. Cause of death. Nope, I need to see what's going on. Norin's going to go stand by Aziz.
All right, in that case, I actually am going to make that roll. That is going to be yellow, 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 green, green, Versus a red, a purple, a setback. Well, that's a thing. There's a stairway coming up from the main level. You come up on the same one not too long ago when you had originally arrived back from the gala. Lit by fairly distant lights now. You can see Lone with 2 shoulder lights for if they're doing load lifting literally in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
What you can see at the moment is there is a Deveronian in what looks to be pretty much black nerf hide punk wear, like the leather jacket, the nerf hide pants, and a darkish top. She's holding a large barrel energy weapon, and it looks like she has just had her bell rung by a lamppost, as held by Lone. There's Lone, who has hit her with...
I'm sorry. Our massive load lifter droid, the one Deveronian?
At the moment, yes.
The
Deveronian has... they have taken a fair amount of damage, but not near the amount that one would actually expect. That would be... So 15 damage minus 5 minus 3. Yeah, 7. They got their bell rung, but what I'm figuring is they were sort of steely in how they took the hit. Even though Lone was coming in with this giant tube of metal, the near light stand, as they try to bat this would-be assassin away, the assassin has shot the light post, causing it to essentially start to crumble. They're hit by some of it, but not the entire shaft of steel. Essentially, I'm going with they were pseudo-parrying with their energy weapon.
Okay. I'm going back to my work.
Lone drops, and you can hear it, the ringing of the last of the lampstand, or the light stand, falling to the ground as it then finishes dissolving in a green energy wave.
I can trust you with this.
Okay.
I have more science things to do. I have so many questions. Okay.
So as Norrin turns to go back into the Codfather, it's at this point where the camera continues the turn. As we watch Norrin turn and start walking off, the camera does a swipe, and we see Vadalorn, who is still engaged with their own fight with a close-in Pantoran. Yes, a close-in Pantoran-like person with a short shock of white hair.
Pantoran in air quotes. I have suspicions.
Well, they are blue-skinned. And they also have a wide-bore energy rifle.
Oh boy, I love getting shot.
They have a large-bore energy rifle, and then we also have the Hutt bodyguards, who have shot said assassin-ish person.
So fingers crossed they don't shoot me.
Yes.
It's a target-rich environment, and it's just little old me. I'm not threatening at all.
The Hutt bodyguards have just shot them. They got hit. They were distracted by you, Vadalorn, so they didn't actually, they have parry. They don't have reflect. So shooting them at the moment is a little bit more effective. They did get shot. You did not, even though you are fighting them and actually have them grappled, if I remember correctly.
Yes, or at least engaged.
Fair. The question then kind of becomes, what is Vadalorn wanting to do next?
Question. Was I able to sneak my sap gloves in here?
Sneak?
Yes?
I don't remember you needing to sneak them.
Excellent.
They were pretty much wanting any ranged heavy
Mm-hmm.
device set aside and locked up. But they have not really done anything for like melee weapons. I know it's a brawl weapon, but still a melee weapon.
I know what you meant.
They didn't really care. I know it's been like rifles, that level of things that they've been. When the smoke bomb went off, there were several people who had pulled like hold up blasters and light blaster pistols. So
Gotcha.
in that sort of environment, what's sap gloves?
A fun little toy. And I'm just basically going to just clap my hands with his head in the middle and just double tap his temples.
All right, that could be fun. Then, okay, so for that would be a normal brawl difficulty, which would be upgraded twice on account of I'm using my only destiny point. And they have adversary 1. They also have 1 melee defense, so it will be
setback.
2 red and a setback, yes.
Well, with such a small pool, I would be remiss not to give one of those back.
I mean, it's that or forget about them. One or the other.
Why? R-R-K. Boop. Welp. Welp.
Okay, I was... And of all things, it was, well, okay, it was actually their defense that came through, but, well, kind of.
Yeah, it would have been either a fail or a flat wash, which is also a fail, so...
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so my result after rolling 4 yellow, basically double the positive dice, 1 failure, and 3 advantage.
Yeah, okay, yes, you do have 3 advantage, and as it so happens, it's like the way things have sort of come out of that is just the way that you're having to wrestle with their energy rifle. That is making it so that you are sort of unable to get your hands in the right place, so it cuffs on the side of the head instead of getting and clapping on both ears.
Yeah, I've got long arms and he's way too close.
Something along that lines, yeah.
For the 3 advantage, could I make him take like a step back so that when the Hutt guards shoot again, they're not shooting into engaged?
I mean, yeah, that totally works. Forcing an enemy to move? Totally.
Yay, I love not getting shot. Let's hope this guy doesn't use the space to shoot me.
I mean, there is that.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
There is that. So many options. So many bad options. Alright, I am totally going for this just on account of it is vaguely a sillier way of doing it. Okay, you are now... They take a step back. They can see the bodyguards of the Hutt bearing down on them with rifles. There is you who apparently knows exactly what they're doing with their hands and has the very annoying ability to get in close to them without much effort. So they are going to throw something at Vadalorn.
Oh, beans.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a credit?
No. No, it is not.
Damn.
Okay, I'm going to actually roll this because all they're going to do is say, here, catch. And try and throw this at you. I mean, if it hits, this is going to be overkill, but I am using a destiny point. It's one of those things of, I really want this to hit. This would be at short range because you're no longer engaged. Do you have any sort of ranged defense or the like?
I have. None ranged defense.
That's a kind of reasonable amount. At least for, like, normal players.
I mean, like, look, we're at a gala. I left my exosuit on the ship.
Fair. Okay, so that means it is going up against one purple, Andy. Purple is not spelled with a G.
It is if you spell it wrong enough. Oh no.
I'm glad that they did actually say here catch, as in they were throwing directly at Vadalorn as opposed to trying to get close. Because what is going to happen is they throw a spray foam grenade at Vadalorn.
Aw, beans.
And the sad part is there is no damage, there is no critical. It is just
It just
a
works.
spray foam. It just works, yes. In theory, assuming Vadalorn is not able to get out of the spray foam, which is very quickly hardening, it's going to take a little while for it to break down on its own.
I mean, getting out of it is one thing. It's going to take months to get this out of my fur.
It does break down relatively quickly.
Oh, yay.
You hope.
Fingers crossed.
And the other, well, like toes crossed that it isn't bad to hair.
Next episode, amateurly frosted tips.
Okay, that's a heck of a lot better. Okay, so the spray foam grenade does hit, and then as they are now making a move towards the open door that Vadalorn had left open for the stairs, they are now bolting. And at that particular point, someone else is throwing a smoke grenade. This one is just getting thrown into the middle of the open floor as it sort of spins around, and it's not a flashbang kind of thing. It's very much a, we will now fill this entire area here with smoke. The thick coughing kind of a thing. Not specifically a tear gas type thing, but definitely fills up everything with a near impenetrable sight thing.
Yeah, it is an irritant. Is there any chance I could perception to trace the arc of the smoke grenade?
I could go with yeah. I mean, it's going to be a very hard one, but sure.
I mean, D1 can't be mean to me forever.
Yes, it can.
Wow. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Jeez.
It's not for you.
I mean, yeah, it is going to be a hard check, and I'm going to go with...
A setback because I'm pretty occupied at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a setback because you're occupied, but I'm also going to go with a second setback on account of... It looks to be an underhand throw, not an overhand.
Yeah, it's pretty discreet.
Yeah, relatively discreet, so it's going to be harder to see.
Boop. Ah, that checks out.
D1 hates you.
But you gotta throw positive vibes at D1
To confuse it?
to confuse it.
The one vague question is, why no upgrade? But
Oh, sorry, was I supposed to upgrade one of those?
no.
No, it's just that you could.
Yeah.
Ah. You know what? Fair. I'm halfway stuck in foam. I'm not firing in all cylinders. My mind is occupied with the upcoming shampoo bill.
Thankfully, you can probably pawn that off on ISR. But as it is, please tell our listeners what the end result was.
Oh, yes. So the end result was yet another failure and 2 threats.
I'm not entirely certain whether this is mean or whether this is just kind of going with the current situation of you being stuck in the foam, whipping your head around, trying to see where the arc came from, and just overbalancing and
Oh my god!
falling on your
I
side.
statue. Yep. Oh my god.
So now you're on the ground, covered in spray foam.
Sad.
Mm-hmm. All right. And with you now being very much out of the line of fire, the bodyguards just start shooting at the stairwell door. They start shooting for a few moments. Somewhat unexpected side effect for any of the ones who are hugging the wall out of their line of fire is this somehow makes the smoke clear quicker. Everything gets warmer. The smoke itself is very quickly dissipating, going out over where the Hutt Ball Arena is, and then wafting up from there. As the smoke clears, the stairwell door is closed. It has several blaster scores on it, and there's a spray foamed Vadalorn. Vadalorn is pointing towards the stairwell door.
I'm gonna assume it's athletics to break out.
Yes, it is. It would be a hard athletics check.
I super believe in you, Vadalorn Cursed.
Thank you. I'm also gonna super remember to do light side point this time. It was hard.
Yes, so 3 purple.
All right, and I'm tossing a setback because I am on my side, which is not an ideal position. Oh my goodness!
1 failure, 3 advantages.
You know, I've always joked that my luck is bad.
The fun thing is every single one of those dice has, except for one, has 2 symbols on it. Every single one of those dice, except for 2 of them, has 2 symbols on it.
Yep.
And one of those that only has 1 symbol can only have 1 symbol.
Yep.
Everything came up.
Yeah. I've always joked that my luck is bad, but these last few weeks it has been bad with a capital B.
Yeah, I'm really wanting to... I know it's not really your type of game, but I'm really wanting to see how you fare at XCOM.
I have played XCOM before. 99% miss every time.
Hence, statistics, and also conspiracy theories.
Yep.
On the other hand, you do have 3 advantage.
I do have 3 advantage. Could I have loosened the foam a little bit so it'll make my next attempt a little bit easier?
Yes, absolutely you can. On account of the loosening and also not wanting to cause too much pain anyway, also seeing what their ensnare quality is, I'm going to go with that actually reduces the ensnare quality by, or the number you were going off of, by a couple.
Ooh. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not above taking GM pity.
Okay, it isn't exactly GM pity, but sure. I mean, if it was 1, then I'd do 1, but it's 3 advantage. 3 advantage is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 3 advantage would have almost have been worth a upgrade to your next check.
Yeah, it's like equivalent to a triumph sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's where we start them. So, yeah, no, having essentially having the ensnare quality halved, sure, why not? So as you are struggling, when you would next be able to roll, it breaks apart on its own. So you're able to get out.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
As we sort of leave the scene there, we see Vadalorn getting out of the spray foam, being able to finally crack it open, being able to get up from being lying prone, which is a very odd look for a Lasette. The bodyguards of the Hutt rushing towards the stairwell door. A couple other backup security, if you want, are also moving to put themselves between the Hutt and anything that could come from the stairwell or turbo lift entrances. So they're essentially trying to put a meat shield in between the Hutt and anything coming. And 2 droids. One being the translator droid who just can't move out the way fast enough. So they get, crowded in.
Give the translator droid a gun.
But why?
For fun.
I'm thinking at this point, as this assassin and accomplice
Our foil.
start fleeing, I am thinking that we switch back and see what scientific endeavors they are getting up to.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I need to do research. I need to figure out if there's any poisons or species or anything that could cause this amount of. I'm assuming it's moisture deprivation that cause of death. Yeah, I need to figure out cause of death so that I can then look at what caused the death. So what you gonna make me do? Is that some more knowledge-y science rules?
Yeah, I'm figuring that would be much more of a knowledge science-y type thing. It would very much be an education type thing. If
All right.
I can't really come up with anything other than it, well, I guess
Medicine,
xenology,
education, xenology. Those are the 3 that
Yeah.
I can really think of.
Yeah.
Which, out of the 3, education I have the most ranks in by 1.
Okay, that's kind of lucky, but education also just sort of feels the most broad, and it doesn't quite feel like a medicine type check. Or if it was a medicine check, it feels like that it'd be even harder. I mean, this is still very esoteric things that you are going to be doing. So I am going to spend the single dark side point that I've got.
Okay.
Because I sort of figured that this would be a 2 red, 2 purple, and 2 setback kind of a check to start with, especially on account of the corpse is no longer fully intact. But I have spent the destiny point, which puts up to 3 red, 1 purple, and 2 setback.
I might as well spend it back. What was the difficulty that you said?
3 red, 1 purple, and 2 setback.
All right. Well, thanks to researcher, I can remove 2 setback from knowledge checks. So no setbacks. Wow.
Oof.
Wow. D1. My
So
goodness.
I rolled 4 yellow, 3 red, and a purple, and I got 1 failure, 1 advantage, and a despair. Something's gonna pop out of the fence, isn't it? Loam's fighting something. I don't have a good
natural
feeling about this.
causes. It's perfectly natural to die from no moisture.
I mean, it is perfectly natural to die from no moisture. The problem then becomes, what the heck actually did it? Okay, the failure definitely is that there wasn't enough structure. All of the soft tissues, most of the stuff that you would have used, reconstructing that from the pile of essentially ash that you have, it just doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
The despair, I'm not entirely certain at the moment. What do you want to do for the advantage?
I would like to call a friend. Because you know what's another talent that I have that we have never ever used? Respected scholar.
Okay.
So I would like to have a friend from the university days that went into this kind of field work. Who now works CSI or something. I don't know. And I would like to give them a call.
Okay.
If you'd like, I can use careful planning. Or flip another destiny point or something.
This does feel like it should be a destiny point level thing. You do have the talent, careful planning, which totally would work in this situation. But yeah, it does feel in that sort of a fashion. Calling someone the respected scholar aspect, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah, okay. So in conjunction with careful planning, I will use my advantage for they are awake at this time. Whatever planet they are on, which is probably Coruscant, they're awake. It is a reasonable work hour time for them.
All right, yes, there's some form of luck involved with that. Norn is hearing the distant echoes of a fight going on outside. Mostly of a very loud energy rifle shooting, and then not too long later, somewhat hearing, somewhat feeling a large impact of something. This is going on in behind Norin, and then like the holocom is ringing for a moment, and then you get a Serenian, a very tall, moderately aged, like probably late 30s. They've got a little bit of a trimmed beard and a defined widow's peak. There you get a former colleague named Bros Alvim.
Bros.
Yes,
Allville. Okay.
Bros Alvim.
That is not how I spelled it.
Yeah, so it comes on to the hollow and it's like, "Oh, Naren, it is good to see you, young one. What have you gotten up to? Something exciting, I dare hope." They will visibly cheers you with the cup of caf they are sipping on.
Good to see you too, bros. I've gotten up to a lot. I'm working for I've been doing field work, believe it or not.
Oh, you doing field work? That is so fascinating.
Not exactly what anyone, including myself, had envisioned. No. I've run into a rather interesting situation this evening, and I thought that if anyone could help me solve it, it would be you. And
how flattering.
they're going to send a packet, which includes the quote-unquote crime scene hollows that they had definitely taken before touching and disturbing the body. The condition of this body was discovered this evening on my ship. I was able to determine that they've been dead for 2 weeks, but the cause of death is what I was hoping you could help me with.
With the way the corpse looks, I would be surprised if most of the normal scanning methods would be able to find the cellular structures with little problem.
Unfortunately, I don't exactly have a lot of the proper equipment, so the body is no longer intact.
Oh, that would be a problem for sure.
Yes.
If I'm understanding this correctly, from all of the original inspections, the corpse has been essentially desiccated. That is a very odd way. You're saying that time of death was only 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Are you aware of if this corpse has been exposed to the vacuum of space?
It should not have been, no. The room that it was within was completely contained.
Oh, okay.
And there was no atmospheric changes between it and the rest of the ship.
Well then, there are relatively few things that I could see doing this. One thing would be an accidental discharge from a disruptor weapon. A hit with a disruptor weapon will cause the being to evaporate, essentially. They'll turn into essentially an ash cloud and go with the wind after screaming very painfully. But if they are grazed, it can be like this. We have seen a few intelligent species that could do something like this. So at this point, I do want to get Norn to do a roll.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to essentially a combined roll
Mm-hmm.
with essentially Norn's intellect and their education skill. They have 4 education, and I'll also go with a couple boosts from them, though the level of difficulty on this is going to be increased on account of their just working off of hollows.
Right.
It will be a 3 red, 2 purple check.
Okay. How many boosts and setback?
I'll go with the 2 setback from before.
Okay, which I can remove using researcher still?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I was figuring 2 boosts.
All right. 4 yellow, 2 blues, boost, 3 red, 2 purple. Let's go. Pretty much the opposite result as before. Now we have 3 successes, 1 threat, and a triumph.
God, I wish that were me.
One of the species that I'm aware of in really esoteric situations of this variety that have happened to do odd things has been bad reactions to ANZAT. It's usually something more disturbing, but they usually just leave a empty brain cavity after they fed, but sometimes things go really weird, you know? Well, if you're doing field work now, you probably know. One of the other things has been there have been a few assassination-type weapons where it's a device, a trap really, that they put on the bed or any upholstered item, and as someone sits or even just presses upon, they trigger it, and it has this effect of incinerating the body, essentially by lighting the fat within the body on fire and having that oxidate. It's not that flaming. It's a lot more interior. It doesn't have any smoke, and it does leave people in a very desiccated or even charred look. Desiccation is fairly odd for it, but they do end up as essentially ash. Kind of like they've been through a cremation oven.
That wouldn't leave a body intact for 2 weeks, though.
If that body isn't touched, though, it might just...
If that was the case, then that device would still be on the bed.
Okay, now the one place that I have seen this is with Hutt assassins. Usually if they're sending one of their gank assassins, they will use this method to clear out someone. It could have been a gank. I guess if you have a Claudite, they also might have used it to get rid of the person that they're impersonating. Depending on how foul they are, of course. Well, there is absolutely a way that, in a few instances, but it's very rare, it's very esoteric, and it has to be tuned for the species. If it's not going to cause something, what they call in the Outer Rim, a spontaneous being combustion.
Given that the body was untouched for 2 weeks, I doubt that the assassin would have been able to remove the device from the bed. So that is where I'm going to have to check next to see if Theory 3 checks out. Somehow I don't believe it was a disruptor pistol. And an NSAT? Aren't those, from Erica's perspective, above table real quick, how, is an ANSAT essentially a spooky, myth, like a vampire, or no?
Everything I'm seeing essentially says, yeah, they really do seem to be something that you'd hear told over campfire stories, or like that sort of thing, like you get Hookman drunk or something. Yeah.
So it's definitely strange that my CSI peer has even considered that as an option.
It's like, well, your CSI friend definitely has, like, after taking it all in, it's like, there is no easy explanation for this.
If there was, I probably would have found it on my own.
I mean, there is that, but also, like, going with like an ANSAT or a spontaneous carbonizing device, this is super esoteric. Like, they are basically stumped and they're coming up with the only things that they can kind of get, like sucking the moisture out of anyone. That sounds really strange and weird. Having anyone that desiccated, maybe they were actually ash. Maybe they, or who knows? Okay, so you do have a triumph on that roll. How are you wanting to use it?
Off the top of my head, as a free upgrade towards my check the bed for what sounds like a really terrible device.
I'd like to get you to set up doing that investigation of the room.
Norn puts their hands together. Thank you so much, bros. This has been hugely helpful.
Whatever it turns out to be, because it sounds like you've got no choice but to investigate it to its end.
Mm-hmm.
Please send me back what the actual end cause of death was. I'm fascinated, and with what I'm seeing coming from the Hutts, it might be something new.
I will. I'll share my findings with you. Until then, and Norn will sign off.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Heroes of the Hydian Way. You can find show updates at linktree/The Hydian Way, and you can find me on the socials at Deuterium Ice.
I'm at places on the internet at linktree/Goddess Sammy with one fewer S's than you might think.
And you can find me and all of my mercenary work at linktree/Erica Goodwitch.
And we are all at thehydianway.com, where you can find previous episodes and previous seasons. You can find more episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube Music. Plus, you can help us out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing.
You can holocom us at heroes@thehydianway.com. And you can find merch at tpublic.com/user/thehydianway.
And if you like what we do and want to support the show, you can with the CAF Crew subscription at ko-fi.com/thehydianway.